Alright, today's going to be the first flag in my MLB Major League Baseball series. I'm already doing an NFL, college football, superhero, and I'm going to do an MLB series. Once I get caught up, I'm probably going to do an NBA series as well, and an NHL series. It'll keep me busy for quite some time, getting all these flags done. Alright, so for today's flag, we're going to do a Chicago Cubs flag. I got some ideas here. So first, we're basing it off of my standard flag size. It's 11 1/4 by 21 1/4, standard American flag. First, we're going to let's import some vectors. So the first one for the Union, I'm actually going to do something a little different. Cubs are known for flying the W flag, so I'm going to incorporate the W into the Union. So there it is, I brought it in. Let me move that over. Alright, let's kind of get it right here. Let's sync it up to the same size. Zoom in, you want to get it kind of identical on there. So just grab the side and just slide it over. Alright, that looks pretty good. Alright, so it's already centered in there. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete all the stars. I'm just going to make this a big old W up here. Actually, let's line this up with these stripes right here on the side. Right here. Let's line this box up with those. Alright, that looks good. Now, I just want to make sure this is centered. Alright, so I highlight the W first, then the box. Then I'm going to scroll over to transform objects on the left hand side. Click on the align selected objects. And then align to selection. Okay. Boom, there you go. See, it moved it over. I'll do it again so you can see. It's over just a little bit to the left. I click. Boom. Okay, so now that we got that complete, we're going to move on to the logo. So I like the way that's looking. And we'll get into the Toolpath in a little bit once we finish the logo. Alrighty. Now let's import the logo. If you guys aren't sure how to get the logo, I did a tutorial on one of my other videos. You can either pull in a picture of it and then do a bitmap trace bitmap function, or you can search the web. There's tons of places where you can find SVG logos. I like to go to Commons Wikimedia. Usually I just punch in the team name or something I'm looking for, and usually I have really good success finding the proper logo I'm looking for. Not all the time, but most of the time. Alright, so let's get the Cubs logo in here. So I already have the standard Chicago Cubs logo. Let's make it a little bigger. Alright, let's see if that looks big enough. I think we want to go a little bit bigger on that. Alright, I like it. Let's kind of position it a little. That looks good. I mean, you can do different steps to make sure it's completely center and stuff. I usually don't, but if you want to, I just go, you group it all together, go on the left hand side under transform objects, click on a line selected object. So I'll at least do it from top to bottom, like align to material at the top section over here, and click this one right here. Okay. Boom. So I was pretty close. It just dropped it back a little. Here, I'll do it again. See, it's up. I click on it, drops down just a little. So that's completely center from top to bottom in the center of that. Okay. All right. So I'm liking what I'm seeing. All right. So let's do the offset. So we're gonna ungroup the logo real quick. We're gonna click the outer ring, scroll over to the left, click on offset and layout. We're gonna go a 1/4 inch outside, outwards and to the right. Distance 0.25 inches, hit offset. Alright, it created the ring. So those of you that have watched my other videos on how to create an offset, you know why I'm doing this, but I'll just go over it again. Alright, so when I created the offset on the outer ring, now I'm going to select all the stripes. Once all the stripes are selected, I'm going to group them under edit objects, so group selected objects. Now it's one big vector. Now hold down shift, click the outer ring for the offset. Go back over to the left. Under edit objects, select subtract. Subtract second selected vector from first. Boom, there you go. Alright, so what you can see is it cut out the stripes that were going through the logo. Alright, so see this right here? I'm not sure I'm too happy about that. The top up here. I don't know if you can see my mouse. But like, I'm gonna redo it. I want it bigger. I don't want this little weird thing going. Alright. So let's Control Z out. Alright, I'm going to select the logo again, and I'm going to make it bigger because I want it to cover the bottom and the top stripes. So we'll go just a little bigger. Now we're going to center it. Perfect. Okay. Alright, now we can ungroup those. Alright, let's group all the stripes. Alright, group them together. Select the outer vector for the offset. Subtract. Perfect. There we go. Alright, so I got the logo all centered. I like where it's at. We're going to keep this right there. So it's looking good. Alright, so I'm happy with that. Alright, one thing I'm not happy with is the union. So I'm going to adjust the box. It's just a design flaw when I cut it. So I'm actually going to adjust this. I'm going to line it up with the bottom stripe right there. Zoom in. That looks pretty good. Alright, and then I'm going to align the top one. I'll show you why I'm doing this in a second. We'll this over a 1/4 inch. And we're gonna shrink this a little. All right. So I changed the union because I'm gonna do a pocket toolpath, and I want the W to be standing up. All right. So, and if I cut it the other way, it'll look janky. This way, it'll continue the stripe going across and going up top. It'll kind of blend it in. You'll see when I do the color scheme. All right, so I'm happy with that. I'm happy with the way that looks. Now let's mess with the tool paths and kind of mess with the color how we want it to look. So I'm gonna go with like a blue for the main color of the wood. So we'll do, scroll up here, do solid color. That looks like a cubby blue. We'll go with that. All right, so overall it's going to be like that. Now let's start working on the toolpath. First we'll do the union. All right, so we're going to select that, and then we're going to hold shift, select the W, and then we're going to go to toolpath on the right hand side, open up the box. We're going to do a pocket toolpath. I'm going to use a 1/8 inch end mill. We're going to go down, do 0.05. Okay. Alright, I always do a ramping plunge move. I usually do 1/2 inch. Pocket union. And you can kind of label these or name these whatever you want. Calculate. Preview visible toolpath. Okay, looks good. I want the back to be white, so click on toolpath, color, click white. Perfect. Okay, so let's go back. So there you go, that's done. Now we can do the we'll do the stripes next. So I'm just gonna highlight or select all the stripes. We'll leave this one blank. I might make this another color. I'm not sure, but we'll leave that one alone for now. Alright, so select all these. I'm going to group them. Toolpath. We're going to do a pocket toolpath as well. We're going to use a 1/4 inch end mill. (19,500 RPMs, 90 inches per minute feed rate, 40 inches per minute plunge rate. It's going to do, we'll do 2 passes. Pocket stripes. 1/4 inch. Alright, calculate. And then we're going to do a preview visible toolpath. Okay, and we're going to change the colors to white. Okay, so looking good. We got the Cubby blue, Cubby white, and I think I'm going to do a red stripe for now, but I can always change this. So I'm just selecting this separate right now just so I can separate the colors on it, but we're going to do a pocket toolpath, and we'll do 2 passes. Let's name this middle stripe. And middle. Calculate. Preview visible toolpath. And we're going to make that toolpath red. Okay. Alright, let's take a look at it so far. Alright, looking good. We got the Cubby blue, the Cubby white. We got the red stripe in there. Now we got to work on the logo. So, very important when you're doing the logo is like how you want to do it. What sections do you want raised? What sections do you want carved out? And so on. So I want the Cubby letters to be raised. So what I'm going to do is select this inner outer ring and then highlight the Cubs letters. I'm going to go to pocket. We're going to do a 1/8 inch end mill on this just because it's a tighter cut. Also 19,500 RPM, 85 inches per minute feed rate, a 40 inches per minute plunge rate. Select 2 passes. Calculate. Preview visible toolpath. Alright, so we're going to make the toolpath. Let's see, what color? See, now the Cubs, it should be in red, but since I did it all blue, it's going to show blue right there. We can just double check on that. Decide how we want to do that. So, I always like to bring up an image of the logo in like a different screen or something, just so I can kind of have it. Alright, so the Cubs part is going to be red. Where I cut it is going to be blue. Or, I'm sorry, white. We'll just change the toolpath color to white. So, just change this. Alright, so when I paint it, the Cubs, this part where it says CUBS, that's going to be red. Okay? Red. Now, what I identified right now is there's a little bit of an issue with the Cubs logo. If you look at the letter S, it doesn't cut all the way in. So we're going to have to fix that. Okay? So we're going to have to change the toolpath to make sure it gets in there. Okay, or I'll have to do a smaller bit to get in that. Okay? So we'll come back and fix that in a little bit. Alright, go back. Now we're going to do the outer ring. So we're going to combine these two. We're going to group them. And just bring up your Cubbies logo. So that's going to be white as well. So this leaves that blue. Okay, so we'll do actually going to do a V cut with a 90-degree. Preview visible toolpath. Perfect. We're going to change the color to white. Beautiful. So that's what the Cubbies flag is going to look like. Just remember, the Cubs, it's going to be red to match the logo, okay? Actually, probably could do a V cut in here on the letters. That's what I'm probably going to do. Just because you can get more detail in there. Okay, so everything looks good. I'm going to play around with those letters real quick to see what I can do. So I wonder if, and this is what you can do. You can just play around and kind of change Toolpath, see what you want to do. So I might just, let's see if I select these. I wonder if I do a V cut. With a flat bottom, if that'll work. Okay, so I've been doing some thinking, and there's a better way to cut the Cubs part out. So, all right, so highlight the Cubs logo portion. You guys can see that. All right, instead of doing a pocket cut, we're gonna do a V cut with a clearance tool. So open up your cuts. We're gonna do a V cut, Vcarve engraving toolpath. Then we're gonna do it 0.05 inches with a flat bottom. V-bit 90 degrees by ½ inch, and then we're going to use a 1/8 inch clearance tool end mill. Okay, so we'll select that. We'll rename this. We'll put Cubs logo V-bit. Calculate. All right, continue. Alright, and then we're going to do a preview so you can see. Watch. So, preview visible toolpath. Alright, so what it does is it clears out the excess material with the 1/8 inch end mill. And then it'll come back around with the V-bit and clean it all up. Okay, so let's do this. So we'll do white. And then Cubs V-bit logo. There's that. So white. Alright, there we go. Alright, so see what that did? It cleared and made it more detailed for the Cubs logo. Now let's do a complete preview of all the toolpaths. Alright, so we can watch it go. It's cutting. Not sure why it's going so slow. Usually it goes faster, so. Okay. Alright, and there you go. One Chicago Cubs flag logo. The only thing to remember, the Cubs part where it says Cubs, that will be red along with the red stripe. I think it looks pretty good. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. If you're looking for a specific team for MLB, college football, NFL, leave it in the comments as well. I'll try to get to it as soon as I can. But for now, that'll be it. And thanks for watching.